Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make this simple lighting here. So this is kind of like something you would find in the Victorian era, where they have like a metal plate on the bottom and then it's like coming out from the wall, sticking out from the wall, so that they can place candles on more securely. So this one I didn't glue the plate on, and this part I will still have to paint it to match the color of the silver, but I'm quite happy with the result because this is made with mostly found objects at home, and I want to show you how it looks lit up. So there we go. So this is how it looks. So I really like how it turned out. So just imagine this part being stuck to the wall, so you can hide the wire and connect the wire with the battery box or just the outlet part. Okay, so I will show you what you need in order to make this lamp or light. Basically everything here mostly. So we have the LED light. This one is 3 mm. This is the smallest I could find, and I think it's quite a reasonable size for a 1-inch scale dollhouse. And then we have, these are actually sequins, so I was really happy to find them to use for this project because yeah, like I wanted to find something for the plates, but I couldn't find like something that's metal and round. So but then I realized if you fold the flower petals up, and then it will really look like a nice plate holding the candle. And then we have, this is the like a straw from the juice box, and then this is the cotton swab. So this one, the middle part is plastic. I know there are some that's like paper, but this is what I have. So I know it's less environmental friendly, but yeah, I'm just gonna use what I have at home. And these two are like shrink tubes. They are actually slightly bigger than what I want for this project, but like this is what I have, so I'll try to work with them. So the first step is to get your LED light. So I'll just show you, just test it out before you start working. Just make sure the light works, otherwise you're wasting your time. So I have like a battery here, a round battery, and then just slide it in between, so that just to confirm it's working, it's a working light. So it will only work if the two wires are not touching each other, like these two wires. So just make sure that when in the following steps you keep these two separated, so that because they are quite long for this project, I'm gonna kind of cut them. I think around this length would be good, so like not too long that it's gonna be like, I mean, shorter than the length of the candle that you want for sure. So I think this is good, because you still need some length to wrap the wire on. So it's better to, well, sometimes it's better to keep them different length so you can tell which one is which. Keep track, one is positive and one negative. So because you see when I was doing the testing, one side worked and the other didn't, so it will help you remember. Okay. So next step is to attach the wire. So before you do that, it's good to measure out the shrink tubes, like cut them into the length that you want, and then slide it into each of the sides of the wire. So, okay, like this. So because it's kind of too long, it's in the way. Okay, let me move this. So I would have to carefully open the wire up, like split them even more so that I have more space for the shrink tube, like this. And then you would, this part, because these wires are so thin, there are 4 pieces of wire on each side, and then when I was doing it, I was having a hard time wrapping them onto here without breaking, so I tried many times. So the next step would be to wrap like one of each side, like each of these wire onto one of the sides here, so that they're like connecting so that the electricity can go through to the light. So I'm gonna try and see if I can do it without breaking here. So I'm kind of pulling these 2 silver wire apart so there's more space for me to do it, but just gently wrap this around. I'm folding it. And wrapping it around, kind of twisting it slightly, but again, because it's so thin, some of it will break easily. So just be gentle. So wrap it around and then go around a couple times, or yeah, if you can. And then now is a good time to put some glue on so that it will stay, because otherwise it will slide out easily. So the type of glue I would use is something like E6000, something that is not too watery, because like when I used like a white glue earlier, I think it started to rust. So I would apply this on, the glue on the one side, and then do the same for the other. So it will take some drying time. This might be too much, so just a bit. So yeah, we have to be careful so that it doesn't slide out. Okay. So to make sure the copper wire or this wire, the white wire here, is actually touching the wire on the light, so that the glue is not like in between them. The glue is outside holding them together. And then also this is important that the left and the right, these 2 are not touching. So yeah, after doing this part, let it dry and then repeat on the other side. So I did the shrinking of the tube already. I actually did the video before that, but I deleted it by accident, so I'm just gonna tell you what happened. So after I attached the copper wire on both sides and then put some glue on, the tube that was here at the bottom, I just slide them on top so that they're positioned where you see them now. And then this is where you would just use like a heat gun to apply onto the black shrinking tube to make it shrink. So now you see that it's really tight, and that the thing is because each one is wrapped in wire, so these two area where it's wrapped in plastic, so the wire that was exposed is now protected, so they won't touch each other. And yeah, so that's it. So now we're gonna go to the next step. So now I've shrunk the tubes by putting them above the flame with like a distance, close but not touching, just so the heat is enough to shrink them. So I'm no longer able to slide them up and down. You can see it's wrapping around, like you can see the shape of the wire underneath, so which is good. Can still press them together a bit, and from time to time you should still test out like if the light is still working. So let me do that here. Don't have the other wire at the bottom. Okay, yeah, so now it's still working, which is good. Otherwise, if it stopped working and you keep going on, you're just kind of wasting your time. So that's a tip I learned from before. So next is just the candle part. So you would use the straw that you have. This is from a juice box, and then kind of measure how tall you want the candle to be, and just making sure that it's almost the same as my other one, but they don't have to be exactly the same because there are candles. Yeah. And then cut it off, and then what you would do is just slide it from the bottom of the wire, slide the straw. So this one, the straw would fit nicely even over the, it should, this one is a bit tight. My other one, it fit over the bottom of the light. I was gonna say it should fit, but now it doesn't. That's strange. Let's try this. Oh yeah, so from the top, even from the top it fits. That's good. So yeah, just slide it down. So that only part of the LED is sticking out, and then you can add the sequin at the bottom of the plate holding the candle. So this is a flat one, so what you do just to create the rounded shape is just gently fold up each petal so that it's like a plate shape holding the candle, and then just slide it in the at the end from the wire. Sometimes the hole may not be big enough, so you can just use any tool you can find to make it bigger. So, yeah, even this is like a needle file, so whatever you have at home that works is fine, just be careful. And then you slide the end of the wire through the hole here. Oops. Okay. And slide it all the way to the top. And And I will do the same for the smaller one. So this part, I have to widen it, this one. Oh, actually I should put the tube, like the metal part in first. So just use a piece of cotton swab, the middle part, and cut it off. Just measure how long you would like it to be, because these are not easy to bend. So as you can see, there's some marks on the back. You can just play with it to see how long you need, and just gently bend it like this. Maybe warming it up would help soften the plastic to bend this part. Yeah, so you have to be gentle with this. And once you're done, you can this one is not bent as much as I wanted it, but because we're on camera, I just don't want to use more time to do it. But you get the idea. So this is what we have, and then you can slide the small flower on right now. So this part is the part that's like touching on the wall. You will glue this onto the wall. So basically the structure of the candle is done. The next step would be how to make it look nicer. So right now these are still not glued on, so you can slide them down a bit so it's not interfering. Next step would be to paint the outside of the candle to any color you want that you prefer, so that it's covering all the wires inside. Yeah, which is like what I have done here. And once you're done with, once the paint has dried, you can slide, like permanently glue these pieces on. And this can go like this onto your dollhouse wall. And at the end you will attach the outlet, and I will try to show it how to do it. I haven't done it a lot, so hopefully it works well. So again, because the wire is so thin, it's not very easy to work with. So you can use scissors or whatever tool you have to cut off, and you have to expose a small part of the wire so that it's touching the metal part of this plug. So there's some specific tools for that. I think it's called I forgot, like wire stripper or something, that will like help you take off a small part of the plastic so that it's gonna expose the wire, but I don't have it, so I have to be very careful just to cut, like mark the outside plastic without damaging the wire inside, like the metal wire inside. So I gently clip on it to mark it a bit and pull on it with my fingernails so that it falls off and the middle part is still intact. So sometimes it's hard. So this part you might need some practice on it. And same thing here. Just gently clip on it to mark the outside plastic part, and then use your nails to pull. That's perfect. So that's good. And then what you do is, if I remember, oh, you might need to, hopefully that's enough. So now you use pliers to take these two off. They might not be long enough, so I actually haven't done this for a very long time, so I don't quite remember this. So I think you push this part out. Okay. I think it works easier. I'm sorry for this. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to put the wire inside so that they come out, one from here and here. One is left and one is right, so they're separated. But I actually haven't done one properly before. I've just seen people do it because I'm still kind of planning out, like working on other small pieces of my dollhouses. So right now you can see that both of them are coming out in the middle, which is not supposed to happen. So I think it's easier if I didn't cut the white part, the plastic, off first, and I do it afterwards. Like I do it after they come out of these two holes separately. So what you need to do is, let me try it. Hope this works better. You can split the wire and hopefully they come out. I still want to come out this way. Is there a way for them to come out the right side? Oh, okay, never mind. I think that's the only way they can come out. And okay, I can skip that part. Now I think I remember how they do it. So they do come out in the middle, but make sure there's still plastic in the between so that you can separate them like this. And then you would wrap the wire around here like this and push it back in. So it would have to go all the way. That's good. Okay. Yeah. So wrap it around. And then plug it back in all the way, so it should be wrapped around very nicely and tight. And push it all the way inside. So this is, and then pull on it so that the white part is kind of not sticking out as much. So I'm not doing a really great job because you can see the copper wire is still exposed, which should, more of it should be like hiding back into the hole, but you get the idea because this is my first time doing this, and if you want to learn more, you should really maybe find it in the video to make sure you get it right, because yeah, this is still electricity, even though it's really low voltage, and yeah, you wouldn't want for anything dangerous to happen. So, but you get the idea. I hope you really look into it to make sure you know what you're doing. Of course, this is a really short one, so it's just for demonstration. So for proper one to be used on the dollhouse, I would need a much longer wire so that it can go onto the wall and all the way down where the outlet is hiding. But that's basically it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again. Bye bye.